Hey, it's Cara. My mind loves to obsess over the most seemingly trivial things. One time I lost one of those tiny button batteries somewhere in the house, and I couldn't go to bed until 1 a.m. because my brain wouldn't rest until I found it. When we're anxious and worrying a lot, the tendency is not only for us to worry, but to also be judging ourselves profusely for being in that state. The more I tune into this, the more I sense that the self-judgment is even worse than the worrying. And when gone unnoticed, this judgment makes it harder to appreciate the nuance of what's coming up for me. Because it's not really about the battery. It's about the time I lost that precious family heirloom as a kid and got yelled at. And it's about me feeling insecure about my ability to have control in a world that can often feel pretty out of control. Worrying is a totally normal experience. In fact, it's a pretty fundamental feature of how we evolved as a species. It makes no sense and is not at all helpful to try to shame ourselves out of worrying. So I'm going to guide you in a meditation here, not to help you stop worrying, but to get curious about worrying itself. So no matter what's on your mind, if you're obsessing over whether you ate too much, or the crush you have, or the fact that you just bought a big new bottle of hot sauce and it turns out you hate it, we're going to say yes to any and all of that. Take some time to settle in and tune into what's happening right now. You might be lying down on your bed, but it's also okay if you're not ready to lie down yet. What supports you in being present right now? Ask that question and then see what feels natural. Get a sense of what's coming up in this moment with soft receptivity. What sensations are happening in your body? What's going on with your eyes, your face? What about your arms and hands? Your chest, belly, and your legs? How is your breathing right now? Allow it to be just as it is. And at the same time, you can relax what is ready to relax. You can also notice the sounds in the space you're in with that same kind of soft, receptive attention. And in just the same way that you might be able to have this curious, receptive attitude towards what's happening in your body and the sounds in the room, you can have that same attitude around what's going on in your mind. Maybe there's a strong pull to think about something in particular. Or there are just random seeming thoughts popping up. Or whatever it is. Take a little time to observe your thoughts in this general way. You could also notice what's the attitude or emotional temperature. Is there anxiousness, nervousness, insecurity or fear, or something else? Maybe you're trying really hard to do this meditation right, or you're not giving a crap about this meditation and would rather go back to ruminating. Whatever it may be, just notice what's here. No need to change or get rid of anything. Try and see if you can receive the thoughts, the attitudes, and emotions in just the same way you might receive sensations or sounds. Letting them arise, have their life, and then move on. You can get curious, have a sense of care and interest, and maybe even a sense of honoring whatever might come up in your mind. If it does feel like there's something that has a strong charge to it, You could just ask, how do I know there's an emotional charge to this? Where do I feel that? Get curious about what exactly that feeling is, and see if you can stay with it for a few moments here. If at any point it gets overwhelming to be observing your inner world like this, it's okay to open your eyes or to move around. Take a little time to shake your sillies out or do what you need to do, and then come back to it. I wouldn't recommend going on your phone or searching the apartment for that thing you lost, but it could be good to move your body and get some energy out before coming back to a more still position. We might notice a tendency to adopt the belief that what is happening in your mind, this train of thought, this emotion, this obsessing or worrying, that this isn't okay, that I shouldn't be doing this, it shouldn't be happening, and that I can't really meditate unless this goes away, let alone go to sleep. And we can see how this perpetuates the worrying too. It's normal to think this way and super common. And it's actually the nature of worry to perpetuate itself. You might even notice a belief that it's your fault or shortcoming for feeling this way right now. Even this is normal. And actually, all of this is unfolding lawfully. There's nothing personal about it. And in fact, you're definitely not alone in this. It's a natural part of the human experience to get worried. It's just how we're wired. Yes, of course you're worried. The good news is, you're not stuck that way. What about this? What if everything that was happening right now in your mind and body was just exactly what you needed? Hear me out on this one. What if this feeling just needed to be seen and offered a little attention, care, and understanding? And what if that could be the grounds for a growing ability to be okay with the messiness and unpredictability of life, and to be more okay and even loving towards yourself, just as you are? Then it might be worth just a little more willingness to stay present with this and not try to will it away. You can do this. If it feels too hard to be with the worrying or anxiety, ask yourself, what can I turn towards? What's okay to be with and maintain a sense of acceptance and care? Maybe it's just the feeling in your feet, your hands, or the sounds in the room. This is another way to access the kind of care and acceptance I'm talking about. Check in again with what posture you're in, and see if it might feel good to change positions or lie down, if you're not already. What can you be with that helps you access a sense of acceptance and softening? Maybe just the feeling of sitting or lying down. Let what's easeful in your body fill your attention. And if your mind starts to pick back up with worry, gently guide your attention back to those places of ease, without fighting the worry or trying to stop it. Simply refocusing on what feels okay. Softening the eyes, the jaw, the forehead, the whole face and head. Let your neck and throat relax. Let your shoulders and arms release tension. Let your hands unclench. Softening your chest, your belly. Letting your pelvis and butt rest and let go. Letting your legs all the way down to your feet completely let go. Letting your whole body rest. Everything is just as it should be. You don't need to change. Meditation is a practice that builds on itself. And what you just did tonight could happen again tomorrow night, or the night after that. Change can happen, and you don't have to worry alone. Rest well.